Hello and welcome to Berlin, welcome to Tempelhof on what is going to be an incredibly decisive weekend in the Season 10 Championship. Let's find out what the drivers have to say. Paul, big weekend for you. You know, you're getting your first taste of the track here so far. New configuration, what are you looking out for?
Yeah, well, you actually just called me in the first minute of our track walk, but yeah, it's a new configuration. I've only driven it on the sim, so yeah, it will be important to see where all the bumps are, check the braking points, because obviously the simulator is also done on another simulation. You know, nobody's actually driven this configuration. So yeah, we're just looking at all the small details so that when we get to FP1, we'll know everything and there's no surprises.
On a personal level, can I get an estimation of where you are in terms of excitement versus apprehension? Where are you in the scales?
I mean, I feel quite calm, to be honest, at the moment. Maybe once I start jumping in the car, it will settle in more. But so far, I mean, the team's been really friendly and everybody's been very welcoming. So I've just enjoyed my time at the Envision, and so far I've been super calm and no pressure yet. So let's see if that comes in when I finally jump in the car.
Huge opportunity. You must be buzzing. Looking forward to seeing what you can do, mate.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the track walk.
Thank you.
Oliver, I'm coming to you. You can't avoid it because I want to talk to you because you are having a very, very good season and I've got a feeling that this is going to be a big weekend for you. Not to put too much on it.
It is a big weekend for us, you know. I think we've had a positive season, but never the full weekends in sync with qualifying and the race. But I think that's kind of to be expected because we're kind of new all together and learning all the time. So we've actually tried quite a lot of new things this weekend to try and get the one-lap pace a little bit better. But yeah, it's a big weekend for us. I mean, we don't expect to be good because they suffered here quite a lot last year. But if we can be good, then I think it bodes well for the rest of the season. Okay, yeah, I agree.
Let's talk about this track in particular then, because it's a completely new circuit configuration to what we've ever seen in Formula E. How will it be different?
Well, it's same tarmac that we're used to here in Berlin, which is one of the big challenges. You know, it creates quite a lot of surface temperature, and there's quite a lot of, it's quite abrasive and it's quite also bumpy in small patches. You see the concrete patches are like square, but the track's quite new for everybody. It's quite short, so it's going to be tight. The last corner's quite interesting, quite difficult. It's actually quite challenging. You know, there's 14 corners in nearly 60 seconds, so I expect qualifying to be tight. But yeah, like Formula E always, it's a challenge to get used to.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what we're approaching now then, attack mode, because it feels like this is in a much more detrimental position than it has been in the past, because it has been not easy, but easier not to lose too many positions on the previous configuration. But here it looks like you're losing a lot of time.
Yeah, we expect about 1.5 seconds, but also the saving in the beginning is quite big, so there might be a chance to get it and not lose as much. A bit like in Misano, I think the cost was a little bit less in Misano, but when the saving's so big in the beginning, I think you can probably get through early and not lose too much ground, let's say. But again, it's tactical and we'll see what everybody wants to do.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing what you can do, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
Mitch, I'm going to hijack your very important engineering discussions. I do it all the time. Let's talk about this weekend, because you're coming off the back of a win in Monaco, a huge moment for the team. Lots of confidence going into this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, wins normally bring that kind of positive feeling. You kind of want the next race just to come quickly afterwards, which we have. So yeah, it was my first one of the year, so that always helps, and it's good for my side of the garage to get that, and then we can now focus on the second half of the season.
This time last year, Berlin was a very happy hunting ground for Jaguar. I think was it a 1-2? It was a 1-2, wasn't it?
It was a 1-2, but every other year apart from that, it's been a really...
You're going to talk about that.
Yeah,
That's
like
pre-Gen 3.
It's like traumatizing, actually, bringing those memories back up. But like season 7.
I didn't bring them up.
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, but you know, last year was good. You know, our Gen 3 car really worked well here last year. It's a new layout this year, so that's going to change things a bit. But it's the same kind of unique surface that we've got here. So hopefully we've still got, you know, the car in the window, and we're going to be quick.
What do you make of the chances of achieving something that I don't think any team, especially not Jaguar, have ever done in Formula E, back-to-back 1-2s?
It's possible. Look, it's going to be going back to like more like a peloton style race. So I think, yeah, anything can happen. But Nick and I seem to do well in those races. The last few peloton races has not been great for me, but hopefully, you know, this weekend we can we're kind of going offline here, aren't we? Hopefully this weekend we can have a good one. It's going to be 2 crazy races. So yeah, it should be. We're going to see what the layouts got to offer as well in terms of overtaking, and yeah, it's going to be a bit of a different story compared to last year in terms of we're going to be trying to find our feet to know where we can overtake that sensitivity. So, but hopefully it's good racing.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing how it pans out. Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you. Cheers.
I'm giving him the eyes. I'm giving the eyes. He's clocked me. Sorry, I'm just going to borrow Max for 2 seconds. Is that okay? Thank you very much, Cyril. Right, let's get down to business and talk about this, because this is a home race for you. 3 on the bounce. You had Misano, Monaco for the teams, and then now you personally as a German driver. What does that mean?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, driving on home soil is very special, and to drive in front of the German crowd is always great. I've got good memories to this location here. I had obviously the podium last year, first one for Maserati, and a few years ago as well a home win, but not with friends. So yeah, definitely motivation is high to make it happen, hopefully with the fans here.
Like you said, a lot of positive memories, but this time round it feels like there's even more there to replicate them. You know, the car is looking very strong, you're looking pretty consistent as well. You must feel confident going into the weekend. Yeah,
for sure, we've got a good feeling. The first half of the season has been good, as you say, very consistent and good with the performance. And what is important for us is, you know, to keep this trajectory. We want to keep improving, to do even better. And yeah, I think we have some good pace in the package. It's all about now executing it again this weekend. Very important doubleheader, and yeah, we are feeling ready for it.
So just a few words about the different configuration that we've got this season. Right now, we've come through turn 1 here, attack mode. Coming into this part of the track now, it looks like there could be quite a lot of action, or let's say maybe drama, that takes place here.
Well, it will not be a boring race, this I can assure you. I think especially the Saturday's race. Here we will see quite some overtaking. I think the Sunday race will be a bit more settled, because the energy target will be higher with the 2 laps less. But definitely on Saturday, yeah, we will see quite some movement, and that's why the track walk is so important, to see, you know, how much room you have in each corner where you can position yourself.
But confident?
Very confident.
Excellent, good to hear it.
All right, see ya.
Jordan, this is a big weekend for you, but in terms of experience, I actually don't think there is a single driver on this grid that has more overall experience racing in different motorsports than you do.
Yeah, I've done a lot of it. IndyCar, WEC, F2. But yeah, I think this is the only series that I've not raced in.
That's a big claim. Not sure it's completely true, but it's close. It's certainly close.
Well, it's only type of car that I've not raced in. There you go. That's probably a closer.
Okay, well, let's talk about this opportunity then, because you have a lot of experience in the simulator for Mahindra, but now getting out there, you know, with the other drivers, with all the energy management in play, is a different story.
Yeah, there's one thing doing it in the sim. I mean, I understand the concept of it all. I know how to do it, but there's one thing understanding it and knowing how to do it and actually putting it into practice. Luckily, we've got 2 races this weekend, so I can have a little bit of a tester, and hopefully not. Hopefully I nail it round 1, but if I don't, I've got a Sunday as well. So yeah, loads of opportunity. Look, there's people on the grid that are like me, be their first time. We've seen the racing can be ridiculously busy, ridiculously exciting. I think Monaco, the place no one can overtake, had over 100 overtakes. So you know, this won't be any different. So yeah, looking forward to it.
So in terms of the experience or the preparation that you've had in the sim for this particular circuit, this configuration, it's a bit of a level playing field now, because no Formula E driver has raced this configuration before. Yeah. Does that make things a bit more exciting, a little more opportunity potentially? A
little bit. All bets are off. Not quite. You know, quick drivers, quick teams will always funnel their way to the front. But it means that the learning that I have, even the regular drivers will have a little bit of that as well. You know, no one's ever braked. We're standing now into turn 9. No one's ever braked into here yet. So the first laps of everybody, they're going to have to work out where their braking markers are. So hopefully that helps me catch up a bit quicker. But it's going to be a tough task. I'm not expecting myself to nail it straight away, but I'm hoping I do.
Targets for the team this season were, first of all, good qualifying performances, and then to get into the points. Both potentially on the cards this weekend?
Well, the points word has been thrown about quite a bit. Obviously, we haven't scored any. If I can do it, that will be fantastic. It will be hard. I'm not going to lie to myself. But yeah, no, I'm generally really looking forward to it. I feel very relaxed. It feels right. It just, yeah, I don't know. I can't quite describe it, but it just I'm not particularly nervous, but I thought I would be. So I feel like I'm in a good place. Like I'm happy.
That sounds like a good place to be. We're looking forward to seeing what you can do, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jordan.
Cheers.
Welcome back to Formula E. I mean, you're always here, you're about, but you're back racing. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it feels good. Honestly, I'm really happy to be back. It's kind of like my second home race. The first one didn't work out so well. Wasn't able to do the start. So, yeah, hopefully this weekend in front of the German fans will be cool. Seeing a lot of the fans coming from DTM that support us most of the year. So, yeah, hopefully we can put on a good show. It'll be tough as always. You know, like jumping in mid-season is never going to be easy, but I'll give it my best shot for sure.
You have that crucial experience of understanding what Formula E racing is like in Gen 3 when it comes to the action-packed nature, the competitiveness, the energy management side of things. Yeah. So that experience is going to pay dividends this weekend, surely.
Yeah, I think so. But funnily enough, I've never done this typical slipstream race before. I've always watched them. Okay. But since Cape Town, it only really kicked off, right? And Cape Town was my last race, so. Yeah, it'll be probably, we expect it to be quite a chaotic race in terms of like 2 wide, 3 wide action. So I'm going to get stuck in and give it a crack, but it will for sure be a very new experience for me.
So let's talk about this circuit then in particular, because it's leveled the playing field because it's a completely new configuration. Nobody has raced this before. Nobody knows where the braking zones are going to be, apart from with the simulator. Yeah. Does that make you feel a bit more confident that, there isn't an advantage to the people that have been here before?
I guess it helps, mate, but I think there's a much bigger list than just a racetrack that I'm dealing with this weekend. Obviously, we've had so many software updates. I think the one positive is, of course, that the Mahindra package and the App Cooper package has definitely improved since the last time I drove. So that gives me confidence that I can jump in and, we know what we need to do with the car. For sure, we're not yet where we want to be, but of course, I think it'll be probably a bit of an easier experience this time around.
So in terms of the car that you are jumping in, that car's been very good this season. It's been a really good qualifying performances, and it's had a couple of good race performances. That must give you another little extra bit of confidence, knowing that the package is at least there to support you.
I mean, that's for sure. I got a couple of WhatsApps, leading up to the event. They're like, a couple of duels, back to back. No pressure kind of thing. So let's see. I think duels will be pushing it for Saturday. I think, let's see. Let me just find my feet on Saturday, and then Sunday we have a good crack. But obviously Nico's been doing a great job. He's also been very helpful to me, like in the build up to this race. Been on the phone with him a couple of times, and honestly, that's the most I can ask for. And try to kind of represent the number 51 as good as possible this weekend.
Nice one. Thanks, Kelvin.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Pascal, I'm going to just steal you for a few seconds. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I mean, this is a big weekend for you for many reasons, not just your championship position, because it's a home race for you and the team. How are you feeling going into this very decisive doubleheader?
For many reasons. You only said 2.
I said 3.
You said 3.
And I said it was almost like there's many reasons, including A, B, and C.
Okay, understood. Yeah, we are feeling well. Like you said, important weekend for us, obviously because of the championship. We are halfway through the season now, and the first half was quite good. Mm-hmm. And it's our home race, so for the team and for myself, obviously we have a lot of guests here. We hope for a lot of support from the German fans here, and we want to do well.
So this is kind of something that I like to think about when talking about Berlin and Tempelhof. This is a decisive circuit because it's either been a place where champions have been crowned or it's been the start of the momentum that's led to them being crowned a champion. So with that in mind, how important is getting big points here this weekend?
Well, we have 4 weekends left, all being a double header. So a lot of points to be scored here this weekend. It's a special track, like you're saying, especially the tarmac here is unique, and so far we've never managed to win a race here and to be super competitive. So hopefully we can change that this season.
You've had 2 wins so far this season and 3 pole positions?
Yeah.
So in terms of quali pace, race pace, it's all thereabouts, but how easy is it going to be to replicate both forms of success at this circuit?
Well, I think qualifying is not that important here, as we will have to save a lot of energy. It will be kind of a Misano weekend here in terms of how the race will be. But still, we want the 3 points from qualifying, and then we want to have a clean and good race. So yeah, let's see how our car works here in the free practice sessions, and yeah, hopefully we can make it more competitive than in the past.
Okay, we're looking forward to seeing what you can do. Thanks, Pascal.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get down to business. Let's talk about Berlin, because this is probably the most happy hunting ground for you. I'm thinking about season 6, championship win, dominated those first few races in the 6 races we had here. What's on the cards now going into this weekend?
Well, try and make new memories, because that's been a while ago and that's in the past now. But no, last year we had some good races here as well, to be honest. We finished 6th in one of them and the other one running 4th, and I got massively T-boned by my friend Jake Dennis. So no, I think we have a good race car, as we know, and yeah, it's going to be one of those races where everybody's saving loads of energy, and then at some point it'll be like go time. So, but yeah, it's going to be fun.
Okay, so let's talk about then style of racing we can expect to see here. People who, like Pascal, saying it's going to be similar to Misano. Misano was, I still retain, Misano round 6 was a good race for you. It had obviously bad consequences and circumstances at the end, but you made a massive grid climb to get into the lead. So if this is like Misano, then quid's in.
I think just give me the trophy already. Why do, you know? No, on all seriousness, like, yeah, I mean, I do enjoy those races. I mean, you need to be so aware of everything, and so easily can go wrong. I think the day after we were doing a good race as well, and I slightly misjudged the gap, and I touched the car in front, and I lost my front wing. And we see that it can be super detrimental to your race when you lose a front wing, because it can go under the car, and that's your day over. And so you can go from 0 to 0 very, very quickly. And I think more than speed, more than energy, it's your awareness that needs. I think that's the priority. So yeah, I mean, just be aware and then save energy, and then, I don't know, maybe 8-10 laps to go, crack on.
So start in a good place, keep out of trouble.
Yeah, start in a good place. Don't need to be too good, but yeah. Okay. You know, it's funny, in Misano I was super angry about my qualifying. Like, oh man, I qualified 14th, you know, I was a bit. And after 2 laps I was leading. I was like, why was I so angry for so long? Like, it's okay.
That's Formula E.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, António. Well, man of the moment, man of Monaco, I'm going to call you actually, because you know you were given a baptism of fire on the streets of Monte Carlo, and I think you can leave with your head held high. You made up a few positions. How was that experience for you?
Hectic, let's say it like that. The race was full of chaos and front wings and tyre smoke and all of that, so it was a bit different to what I'm used to. Obviously, I had a bit of experience in F3 in Monaco, so it wasn't completely blind. Going into the weekend, it was blind. I didn't know that I was going to be driving. But yeah, I mean, I was not so satisfied with qualifying, but I couldn't expect too much, obviously, jumping in the car from just the second practice. The race went a little bit better to plan. Started from the back, obviously, but the good strategy on saving energy at the beginning and then pushing through, and yeah, managed to get up a few places, so I was happy.
So this weekend, big opportunity, double header, you're back behind the wheel for Neil McLaren. How are you feeling going into the race? What sort of race might we expect to see, and are you ready for it?
I think it's going to plan out a little bit similar to Misano. Okay. And obviously me being there and doing the rookie free practice, I think helps quite a lot to get my head in the right way. Obviously, I knew that I was going to drive the car from the first session this weekend. So it's going to help me quite a lot prepare mentally. Obviously, I've had a lot more days in the simulator than what I had for Monaco, so I'm a lot more prepared in that aspect and ready for it.
Well, I'm getting a sense of confidence and I'm enjoying it, and I think everyone's really keen to see what you can do here on a double header weekend on a more traditional Formula E circuit. You know, hard surface, abrasive, tight walls. Ready for the challenge.
Of course, yeah. The surface is a lot different to what I've experienced previously in this car. Of course, a little bit of confidence. You've always got to have that, and I'll just do my best.
Looking forward to seeing it, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.